Hello everyone, welcome to a new update to the Sacred Seal tier list. And well, sorry it took so long. I ended up having to, play the entire game until I was able to open the Sacred Seal Forge, just so I can actually start to see old seals on there. It's just a lot easier for me. The fact that I can't meant that I always was relying on other people, and after a while I just decided, fuck this, and just made my own. Especially with how uncomparative certain discords were when I was asking this, just completely ignoring me. So I decided at this point might as well do one. Bishnair ended up having also one of those accounts he had left for me, not left for me, but like made and upkept just for me to at least see what gets added to the forge, but I was already so late in that I didn't bother. So, oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, sorry about the delay. This is really the main reason why this video would have been out 3 days ago otherwise, but oh well. So, speaking about Old Seal, these are the one that have been added back. Tauren Dance, which no one cares. Let's be honest, if you're running any of the dance skill, it's Earth Dance, because it does the same thing as Tauren Dance, except it buffs Death, which is better than Res, and you only use that on Legendary Azura, so you don't need two. Darting Blow can be somewhat useful here and there, especially if your unit is just like a hard-hitting unit that lacks speed. I'm looking at you, Desperation set R, but even though Speed plus she just does that so much better, but it's still an option. And Aerobatics is actually a really strong seal. It's better used than the B skill slot for most characters, as the C slot tend to be just so valuable, especially nowadays. Especially now that you can combo Aerobatics with a Bond skill, but it's still a fairly solid seal all around, especially on a character like, say, Legendary Azura, where you can combo extra movement with, you know, dancing, buffing all stats, increase movement, ignoring the fact that your movement went down to 1. You know, that kind of stuff. It's very welcome. So, yeah. Moving on to the seals that have been added with this new Tempest Trial. The list is not really that exciting, so let's get through them really quickly. First off is Wind Boost. You know how I feel about boost skill in general. It's worse than Fire Boost, which is a A- tier seal, so it's in B tier. It's just not good. It's not really worth it in general. It's not even scoring 240 SP if you're wondering. No, it's only 200. So it's just all around bad. And in general, needing to stay high HP when you need speed is just bad. You want the speed so Desperation works, right? But you can't do this. You can do this because it requires your HP to be low for Desperation, but your HP to be high for Wind Boost. Who the fuck thought this was a good idea? It just does not help. It's just not good. It's just not good. So, alright. Let's move on then. Here comes Even Res Wave, which, to be fair, has some kind of potential use. If you plan on using Nino, for instance, just as an arena cheerleader, you can use a Refine that gives 6 attack on even turn. Even Death Wave is very accessible from, oh, I don't know, Silas, which is now in the 3-star pool. And you can combo that into it. So all of the time, of course it's not consistent, but all of the time you'll be buffing 6 attack, death, and res to any bonus unit around Nino. Which can be useful. It's just inconsistent is the problem. Which is why it's A tier. Even Death Wave is better, and in general just better, but it's cheaper for Nino to have Even Res Wave, which is why I'm pointing out Even Res Wave as a potential skill, because Even Res Wave as your C skill is just far more expensive. I believe it's something like Brave Hector that has this, and one other unit I don't remember, which just don't bother. Do the other way around. But if you're just using it without any type of combo, it's just very underwhelming. Res is one of the stats that is useful sometimes, mainly because of dragons now, and in Aether Raid it definitely has some kind of purpose, but the fact that you have to wait extra turn in Aether Raid kind of defeats the purpose, especially when Res Tactic exists, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh well. So, yeah, not much else to say. Just overall, fairly underwhelming. Wave skills in general are not consistent, and you shouldn't really be using them, especially if you have access to Res Tactic in the team comp you're in. Moving on. Here comes Chill Attack, the one mildly good seal of the bunch. Now, again, I'm going to be repeating myself like I did with Even Res Wave. This seal is inconsistent. Shields in general might not actually hit the right target. They may hit someone that are in the complete back and therefore do absolutely nothing to help you. Which is why I don't typically use Chill skill unless I have to use a 240B skill for a bonus unit in Arena. And it needs to be a bonus unit that I actually like. For example, Jamkey, or before that, George. I gave Chill Death to George and Chill Attack to Jamkey. Chill Attack made Jamkey able to literally face tank some armored unit while they were doing no damage, which is cool and all, but as a seal slot? Oh boy, you are competing with so many things. Why would you do any of that? Especially when skills like Heavy Blade, Flashing Blade, Attack Death Bond are in there. Brazen Attack Death, Brazen Attack Res. Why would you use Chill Attack over Brazen Attack Death or Brazen Attack Res? You literally just cancel down 7 damage on the enemy side while giving you an extra 7 damage. Obviously it's not 7 less damage for everything you fight, but it's quite good still. So the question becomes, why the fuck would you kill your seal slot for this? Well, if you don't have anything better, or you have already used all of the good stuff on, well, literally any other unit, maybe then? And Chill Attack does have effective use when used in Arena for your Arena Cheerleader. However, even then, you have skills such as Drive Attack, Death Tactic, Res Tactic, Drive Death, Drive Res, Drive Speed, especially because Speed is really difficult to get as buffs in general when it comes down to Arena. Speed Tactic is hard to get, Drive Speed is alright to get, but like Drive Speed is your only option really to buff up your speed outside of a double Rally Plus, which is fairly expensive, or a double Rally in general, which doesn't tend to buff enough. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why Chill Speed would probably be over Chill Attack. That's not to say that Chill Attack is debuffing a bad stat. It's more to say that Speed is more difficult to get a hold of in Arena. Especially against Juggernaut in speed, such as, say, Legendary Tiki. -7 speed on that type of unit is insane. It completely breaks Special Spiral and makes it a lot easier to deal with. Because you get to double them, you get to quad them if you have a Brave weapon a lot more easily. But Chill Attack, on the other hand, just debuffs stats, which is great and all, but unlike Chill Speed, which is like, how often will you find a speedster that you actually want to debuff? Typically only one per fight, right? But it's one encounter that will be dangerous. However, debuffing attack on the other hand doesn't tend to be nearly as fruitful, because at the end of the day, you're debuffing -7 attack, but you're already prepared to take damage. You might even have a colorless dual healer, in which case, chill attack doesn't really do much. And also attack smoke is fairly available. This is why it's A+ and not anywhere higher. Attack smoke is more consistent and also just in general more helpful. Chill attack will typically only debuff one person, and that one person is not going to be enough all the time. So it is what it is. Still a decent seal in general for a cheerleader. If you feel like attack is actually one of your problem, that's completely fine. If you think it makes it easier for your bonus unit to hit, say, Desperation, that's what makes it good. It's then perfectly fine to upgrade it. Personally, I won't upgrade anything of this bunch yet again. I am sitting on 600 Sacred Seal coin. Would be nice if Attack Respawn was added or Death Respawn was added. You know, seal that are genuinely helpful. Brazen Death Res would be a good option, but oh well, I guess we're introducing newer and newer seals. It's rather unfortunate. And then we're going to get Death Blow so we can have Death Blow fucking 7 Reinhardt. Great. Anyway, this is about all I had to say about it. Overall, it's a fairly average, below average batch. There's really not much to it here, but it can be helpful to certain people. And with that said, that's all I have to say. See you all later in the comment. Have a nice one, everyone.